Okay, hello everyone. Thought I'd give a quick video showing a few hints, tips, whatever you want to call them. And the first thing I want to say is a special thank you to Go67, Jim Ackalaw, and Linux and other stuff for their reviews of Miyo-Modern. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support, for the reviews, and all the nice words that were said about it. I really appreciate it. It was a joy making this. It started out just as a fun project, just something I was just messing around with, and the more I messed around with it, the more I liked it, and I thought I'd like to share it with other people. So thanks to you guys, and thanks to anyone who's given it a try. Now the first thing I want to point out, I've noticed since using the system, periodically on the Tent 2 panel, the volume icon may not show up, and my best guess is it may be due to the startup sound, because the startup sound takes a little while to finish playing, and it might be hindering some of the other things. So what I did, I went into the auto start file and I changed the delay for the volume icon. This was sleep 4. I had it out of the box on sleep 4. I changed that to 5, and ever since doing that, the volume icon always shows up. I don't know if that has been an issue with anyone else, but I just wanted to share that with you. Now, when I made this, all these icons, these launchers, well, not the Firefox and the terminal. Well, actually I did make that Firefox icon, that launcher, because I use the actual Firefox, so I won't go in. Never mind, don't worry, that Miyo guy's an idiot. Okay, anyway, I made all these launchers to be able to use them on the panels, and that in, same launchers on fashion mode, same ones. I made these launchers, and I started thinking, what if, why is that? Hey, let me fix that. I hate that frame around the notification area. Show frame, no, thank you. That's better. Okay, anyway, back to the launchers. I made these launchers so that they would look like the Deepin launchers on their panels, and of course I couldn't go in and change the icon for each and every application, because once you add other applications, they're not going to look like the Deepin icons. So I made each one of these launchers. Now, let's say for some reason you decided to get rid of one of those launchers, and then later on you want it back, but there's nowhere to get it back from, right? Well, actually there is. If you open up your file manager and go to File System Root, go to User, Share, sorry, User, Local, Share, Applications, and here are all the launchers right here. You don't even have to be root to do this. I fixed that one folder there so you could just open it up and do whatever you wanted to do with it. So if you accidentally get rid of one of those launchers and you want it back, here it is right here. Now I think, let me check this real quick. I think with the Tent 2 panel, let me show you something. I have these all marked to not display, so that they're not displayed in the menu. Yeah, see right here at the bottom of the file, no display equals true. That keeps it from showing up in your right click menu. But I believe they're still accessible in the Tint 2 settings. I'm going to check that real quick because I don't want to steer anybody wrong. So let's edit the theme. Now I'm using Simple Screen Recorder. I'd actually installed OBS, tried it for the first time, and it works great, but I'm going to show you something it did. It just gripes the mess out of me. After I installed OBS, look at abstractile, binary, see what deco, distort, all these extra little crazy things that it added, pin rows, rip. I don't want that junk. Okay. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. Let's see. Yep, see there's file. You can still add it back to the Tint 2. There's the menu launcher, the exit, the control center. So they're all still showing up. Panel switcher for the Tint 2 settings. However, if you want to add them back to the fashion mode panel, the XFCE4 panel, all you'd have to do, right click on one, create launcher in the panel. I'll demonstrate that real quick. Go to fashion mode, and let's say I wanted to add this menu launcher. I'd accidentally gotten rid of it or got rid of it on purpose, but now I want it back. Just right click on it, create launcher on it, and boom, there it is. See? So that's one little tip I wanted to give everybody. So those applications, those launchers are located in user, local, share applications. All right? And one other thing, let me get rid of that. One other thing I wanted to point out, if you haven't noticed, whatever panel you choose to use, it overwrites the auto start file so that that panel is the one that comes up when you start up the system. Now that's pretty handy. So we see here, turn on the panel. We have the XFCE panel because that's the one running now. Watch. I'll change it back to Tint 2. Efficient mode. And we'll open up that auto start once again. And you see it's been changed to the Tint 2. So that's real convenient. Just wanted to point that out. You don't have to set your panel every time you start up. Now another thing is the control center. You know, I'd actually, before I made this system, I'd actually decided I was no longer going to use the control center because it's kind of redundant, or it is to me, because everything that I have in the control center is also accessible through the menu. However, it's, you know, it's supposed to be somewhat similar to Deepin, and Deepin has that awesome control center, so I thought, well, let me go ahead and use the control center again. And it's not just, I've noticed it back when I used XFCE as my desktop environment. They have that awesome control center, but every one of those items in the control center are accessible through the menu. So it's kind of redundant, but there are people, and I still use a control center sometimes. There are people who like having the control center. So let's say you like using the control center, and maybe you've added an application or two that hasn't appeared in the control center. Well, it's not going to unless you put it there, but it's very easy. You see here we're in settings. You see I don't have my print settings in here. Let's say you've installed the print settings application, system config printer, and you wish that was in the control center. Well, let me show you how to add it. Now, it's not here, right? And again, you don't have to do this as root. I set this up. I should have done all this. I should have added all this stuff in the release notes, but it slipped my mind. I apologize. Open up your file manager. Now, I'm going to do this. Let me do it this way. I don't want to cover up my beautiful face. So let me change this to dual pane mode. And this is what I don't like about this dual pane mode on PC Man FM. It's great, but I don't like that blue highlight. Whichever one is highlighted is the one that's inactive. So right now this is the one that's active, okay? So let's go to File System Root, and we'll go to where the applications are normally put: User, Share, Applications. Alright, there's my print settings. Now let's say I want to add that to the control center. So I'd come over, I'd put that, File System Root, User, Share, and go to the MiyoLinux folder. There it is, MiyoLinux. Here's the control panel. This I did not include in the control panel. It's still there. It's just the applications that I made. I have it commented out in the actual file that opens up the control center. So let's say we want to add the print settings to the settings category of the control center. Just open it up, settings. Here are the ones that are presently displayed, and all you got to do is right click on your print settings, copy it, paste it over here. Boom, there it is. Now let's see if that worked. Let's open up the control center. And there it is in the control center. So that's how you would do it. Same thing, there was, if you noticed when I was in the User Share MiyoLinux Control Center folder, there were, oh, I guess I opened that. There was also the system, so any applications that you might want to put into the system part of the control center, you can do it the same way. Alright? And that's about it. I can't think of anything else right off the top of my head. Just want to say thanks again to everyone. Hope you, if you're using Miyo-Modern, I hope you enjoy it. I do want to say this. Every item that I used from the Deepin distro, every item that I used from Deepin in Miyo-Modern was licensed under GPL version 3. So it's not like I'm doing anything wrong. I'm not breaking any laws by using some of their stuff. But I did have to make the license for this particular system GPL 3. Just to keep things on the up and up. So if anyone's wondering if I'm going to get sued by Deepin and Deepin's going to come after me, it's open source, GPL version 3. There's nothing to worry about. So thanks again. Have a good day, and Miyo the heck out of that system. See you later.